All right, just hanging out tonight, playing some acoustic guitar with the Breedlove, and you know, for the past couple weeks, this has been my go-to instrument, and I really do enjoy playing her. And I keep telling myself one of these days I'm gonna have to get out the Martin guitar out of the case, and it's the predecessor, and I spent many years with that Martin guitar, and so many memories with that, and the whole reason I got the Breedlove was to sort of replace the Martin as a more travel friendly guitar where I could take this out on gigs and not worry too much if something were to happen to it, or um, and this thing, it has a great sound, so I wanted the more uh, convenience of having a more gig ready guitar than the Martin was per se. So it's really worked out for me, and again, I can't say enough good things about it. I'll give a little sample of what I've been working on the past couple days. Sounds great, the tone, and it just rings out naturally like that. So uh, I'm going to move on though tonight, talk about some guitar pedals that I use. You know, my favorite guitar pedal is the 720 looper. I don't know if I've covered this pedal in other videos of mine, but I would have to say that this is my favorite pedal I've ever acquired, and if I had to pick one out of my whole collection, it would be this. And it's just because it has created so many songs over the years, dozens and if not, hundreds of different songs, has resulted in, experimenting with different loops and creating rhythms and adding leads and going into just so many different dimensions with this pedal. And it also stores 9 um, songs in its memory bank, so 9 samples or loops. And I would often just write down, like, song 1 is Ain't No Sunshine, and then I would have a backing track to Ain't No Sunshine, so I could just jam out a little bit. Um, Again, I always used it for solo gigs and solo performances. I've tried it in different band settings, and I just felt like it disrupts the natural flow of the band, and the things sort of get off. And so great for a solo performer. If you're in a band setting, you really gotta hone in on that. Like when I saw Billy Strings over the past holiday season, I he used loopers all the time, several throughout his songs, several on top of each other, and he really was a master at it, and for me, it's just a humongous tool, and definitely my favorite pedal. But moving on, another pedal, a staple, is the fuzz pedal. I bought this almost on a whim. I remember it. I got it at Coffee Music a couple years ago, like during one of their sidewalk sales sort of things. Summer festivals, like go in, pedal 20% off or whatever, and I'm like, well, if I had to pick a guitar pedal, which one would it be? And I decided on this, and it was a great choice because I have utilized this in many different settings, and it's when you want to ramp up, take it to the next level, you press the fuzz, and it will fucking get you there. It really will. So that much that's always in my bag. It's not always on my board, but I always have it in my bag, just in case somebody's like, "Oh yeah, we wanna play some Black Sabbath song or something." Okay, hold on, let me get the fuzz pedal. Another pedal from way back, years ago. I used to use the compressor sustainer Boss pedal a lot, and now I don't. When I was in my 20s and early 30s and stuff, I really thought this pedal was awesome, and I could play different rhythms and hit leads, and it would just create all really take it to another level. But now I still feel like the pedal is almost restricts certain things. Not sure the right word. Limiting. Maybe that's the right word. It limits things a little bit. But it's as far as enhancements in certain applications, I think it's a great pedal. I've been considering using it again for some best regards, classic rock band stuff that I'm in, where when I do hit a lead, maybe it will give me that little bit of extra cut through for the lead that I'm looking for. I'm considering trying this maybe at a gig and seeing what happens. So again, not on my board, but definitely in my bag of pedals. And then I did finally found my equalizer. A friend of mine from YouTube recently got me a more simplistic equalizer, and I like both of them as much. This is the old Boss one that I had back in my early 20s, and missing some buttons and stuff like that. But I used to use this, believe it or not, on acoustic guitar. I felt like it helped shape the sound of the acoustic guitar going into an amp. Sometimes I'd use it with an electric setting, but it was always in my acoustic guitar gear in that mix of things. So but it's a very useful pedal nevertheless. And then speaking of best regards, my good friend Doug from the Best Regards band got me this pedal, this chromatic tuner. I'm pretty sure he was the one who got me this. And honestly, I've never been a big fan of pedal tuners and stuff like that. I just don't really like a whole lot of crap on the floor in front of me when I'm playing. I want to have as much room as possible and stuff like that to maneuver around, because I like to move around while I'm playing. But that pedal is great as far as a tuner, and I definitely want to add it back into my gear, because it sure beats the usual snark tuner that everyone attaches to their guitar head. And of course, I'm very much a culprit of leaving the snark tuner on the end of the guitar, and I guess that's somewhat embarrassing. I don't know, but what the fuck you gonna do anyway? But finally, my favorite guitar pedal, well, it's not a guitar pedal, it's actually a vocal pedal, is this PD Vocal 100. And I got this at Bill's Music just about maybe a year, not quite 2 years ago, and I love it. It is everything I've ever wanted in a vocal processor. I've tried other vocal processors that were this size, and they sucked. I mean, there was just nothing good about any of them. But this thing has several different inputs and outputs, and lets you, be very. It's very easy to use. You can send it to different, signals, your amp, your speaker, and all that kind of thing. But plus it has, different effect banks, and it's got a bypass button. So, when you're just talking to the audience, you can use the bypass button. But I've been really incorporating this into some of my videos. I'm sure you can hear some of the sound effects if you've been, listening closely. But this is a great purchase, and it's old, and it's in like this perfect condition, even though it's used. I bought it used, but it seems like it's brand new, and even though it's probably, I don't know, 20 years old, maybe more. I'm guessing it's from the 90s or the 2000s. You know, I could be wrong. Uh, PV has a long history of putting out products and stuff, and I have a lot of different PV amps and gear and stuff like that that I've acquired over the years. It's pretty wild. So I'm a as always, I'm a collector of these kind of things. So, but at this point, you know, I just want to thank everyone again for watching my videos, and you know, help me out, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. You know, if you like this kind of thing, you want me to keep talking and keep sharing my ideas. You know, give me some feedback, things you want to hear about, things you want me to talk about, discuss. Uh, and thanks for supporting my channel. And as always, be kind to each other. Thanks for watching.